What age?
Honestly, she didn't like to cook or
I don't
clean.
understand what you don't understand when people,
Your Honor.
any objections to the PSI report, state?
None from the state.
Defense?
No objections, no factual corrections.
All right. State, do you have any witnesses?
We do not.
Defense, any witnesses?
I plan on calling my client.
All right. You may proceed. Do you wish to call him first?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Nicholas Escrino.
Right.
Mr. Esquino, today we're here for sentencing.
Right from the beginning, you can feel the tension in this courtroom. This isn't a simple dispute or misunderstanding. The charge here is repeated violations of a protective order, and that's something courts take extremely seriously. A protective order isn't just a suggestion. It's a legal boundary meant to protect someone who feels threatened. And already, we know something important. The defendant has accepted a plea deal, meaning he's already admitted responsibility to some degree. The only question left now is how serious the punishment should be.
You recognize these documents, which is Defendant's Exhibit 1 through 6. You recognize these documents?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to show the state if they have any objection to them.
State has no objection.
What is, before I introduce them,
Okay.
what is this document here?
Serving in Afghanistan certificate.
This document that I labeled Exhibit 2, what is this?
Certificate of assisting a funeral detail for special forces.
It's Exhibit number 3 I have marked here. What is
This is
this?
a combination medal from the Air Force.
And these other 3 are pictures, 4, 5, and 6. What are these pictures of?
Pictures of Afghanistan and UCSO picture.
I move to introduce these exhibits.
State has no objection.
All right.
And Your Honor, I have a few more documents that have some information that I'd rather not go into the court file for public record.
All right.
If
So
I-
with regards to defense exhibits 1 through 6, would you just like me to review the exhibits and not have them put into evidence so that he can have them back?
That's fine, Your Honor.
All right. So I'll just review defense exhibits 1 through 6 without objection,
Yes, sir.
but they will not be offered into evidence. And just give me a moment.
Mr. Escarino, you've been on bond since approximately May 11th, 2023, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you've had GPS unit that entire time?
Yes, sir.
To your knowledge, has there ever been a GPS violation,
No, sir.
a condition of bond violation?
No,
Have you ever had contact with the complainant in this case since posting bond?
no, sir.
Are you currently in any type of treatment?
Yes, sir.
Could you tell the judge what kind of treatment you're in?
Through therapy, psychologist, peer group support through the VA.
And you currently have appointments scheduled upcoming with the VA?
Yes, sir.
Any of these mental health therapy treatment sessions?
Yes, sir.
What are they treatment sessions for?
For PTSD, anxiety, and depression.
Your Honor, I have a documents I didn't want to put in court file. It's sensitive. Could I show this to you without standing
Have you
objection?
reviewed those?
I'll review them, Judge. And we have no objection to the judge reviewing this.
Sure.
Sorry.
Just give me a moment. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Escarino, have you ever deployed overseas?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever been deployed into combat zones?
Yes, sir.
Where were your deployments?
June through November 2011, Bagram, Afghanistan.
Are you currently disabled through the military?
Yes, sir.
What's your disability rating?
90. For these issues before I can move on to, if I do need somebody else, that I'll, help myself and be a better person.
If the judge grants your application, do you ever plan on having contact with the complainant in this case?
No, sir, never again, no.
Pass the witness.
Any questions?
State has no questions.
All right, I have a few.
What makes this case complicated is the defendant's background. He served 28 years in the military, including deployment to Afghanistan. That kind of service often comes with long-term consequences, PTSD, depression, anxiety. And he openly admits he's struggling with those issues. But here's the difficult part for the court. Mental health struggles can explain behavior, but they don't erase the impact on the victim. Now the judge is faced with a tough balance. Compassion for a veteran versus accountability for someone who repeatedly ignored a court order.
And then my other question is, according to this, you were previously married to Reyes, correct?
She's my ex-wife.
All right. And Reyes wanted to end the relationship with you, and you had issues with that. And then now, with regards to the complainant in this case, they wanted to end the relationship with you, and you had issues with that. And even when they had a protective order, you still would come around. And from what I'm reading in the PSI report, it says that you knew. In your version of events, it says he states he knew he was not to contact her in person, email, or text, and to stay 600 feet away from her apartment and where she works. He states he continued to contact her again in April 2023 by sitting in his vehicle watching her. When asked why he had contact with the victim, he states he did not want another failed relationship and wanted to work things out with her. And then at that point, you know there's a protective order and you're still following her, and she sees it as spying. She says that she lost her job because of you, and it took her a year to get that job back through her union, and for her union fighting for her to get her job back. So I don't understand. Explain to me why it appears you don't understand what that protective orders, when they're entered and you're not supposed to have contact with someone.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to explain to me why you think that means that. I know the protective order. Okay, why did you put digital voice recorders in your home?
Because I was trying to find out if she was talking to somebody, because we weren't being intimate no more. That's the only reason. And that's how I ended the divorce. I filed divorce when I found out she committed adultery.
Okay.
And, with this one, I didn't, with Stephanie, I didn't make her lose her job, ma'am. She was drinking every day. I tried to get her to stop drinking, but she was an alcoholic, and she would constantly call into work. If you were to ask her, she would show you the reports of her call-ins at work at the post office, and I had nothing to do with her losing her job at that point. But the fact that she's a narcissist and a manipulator. I know you won't believe me in that, but that's the actual truth about her. And I try to make it work with her because I did care about her and I loved her, and I wanted to be a figure.
So let me ask you this. When did you find out that she was a narcissist and a manipulator? How far into the relationship?
Probably like maybe 6 months, 5-6 months, but I try to overlook it.
All right,
Didn't understand it.
so let me ask you this. So did you know, according to you, that she was a narcissist and a manipulator
Since she liked
before
to
the, wait a minute, stop. Did you know that she was a narcissist, according to you, and a manipulator before that protective order was in place?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so protective order is in place. You know this person is a narcissist and a manipulator, and you still won't let them go even though they've broken up with you. Explain that to me.
I can just say that I was trying to overlook it, I thought maybe being there for their lover, take care of her and her kids, and be a better person with her, that these things would go away.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
Mr. Escarino, when you were interviewed by a detective regarding this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
In the detective interview room, I had shown you video of that, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the detective had been asking similar questions that this judge had, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you had put your face into a wall, you started to cry, correct?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I believe that Mr. Escarino has women relationship problems. He is very needy, but a detective was asking pretty much similar questions you're asking. And he broke down, he was crying in the interview room. He did admit, he did confess to this case, he took a plea. I think that treatment is necessary for him going forward. He's engaged in treatment, mental health treatment. He has a session on the 25th of this month. He's been doing in-person visits and telephone home visits. He's actively engaged with therapy, Your Honor.
This moment right here is one of the most powerful parts of the hearing. The judge asks a simple question, but it cuts straight to the heart of the case. When someone says a relationship is over, it's over. From the judge's perspective, the issue isn't just one mistake. It's the pattern. Even after the relationship ended, even after a protective order, he still tried to contact her, followed her, and left things at her apartment. And to the court, that behavior crosses a line from emotional attachment into harassment and intimidation.
For assault, a bodily injury married. And it says here that you rejected Veterans Treatment Court.
I didn't reject it, ma'am. What happened was they sent me the first time. I didn't acknowledge the PTSD issues. I wasn't understanding what I was going through. And I had a peace officer's license, so they sent me a second time to admit to it that I had PTSD, but was afraid to lose the license. So I thought because of my mentality, my mental health was gonna have me lose that license. That's why I got denied. I didn't turn it down.
And Your Honor, the license you're referring to, the peace officer, that's when you were actively employed with Berry County Sheriff's Office, correct?
All right, so you were placed on deferred adjudication on that case
Yes, ma'am.
for 18 months, and that's 2012. What did you learn? Because I'm sure it's an assault bodily injury married case. They probably gave you the BIPP course, right?
I don't know what you, I'm sorry.
They gave you something to deal with your anger management.
Briefly, yes, ma'am. It was not VA. I wasn't in the VA yet.
No. When you're on probation for deferred adjudication for an assault family violence case, usually and legally, they have to give you an anger management course.
Yes, ma'am. Wow.
So you received an anger management course, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. I believe so.
All right. And then they would have given you counseling for any other issues you had if you would have asked for it. So what did you learn from being on deferred adjudication in that case?
From the deferred education, I just realized the mistake that I made with her, and I wasn't understanding the PTSD issues that I had. I didn't get accepted to the VA till 2016.
Okay.
I
All right. So that since you say you didn't get accepted to 2016, then we have a violation of a bond or protective order from 2014. I'm not even considering that whatsoever because it was dismissed for insufficient evidence according to this. Then you have a violation bond or protective order from 2015. That was dismissed. And they say the reason why it was dismissed, according to the PSI report, which everybody agrees and nobody had any objections to, they dismissed it because you were convicted of something else. And then there's an interference with emergency telephone call. And they say that was dismissed because the complainant, whoever that complainant was, decided to waive prosecution.
That was Stephanie. Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that was Stephanie. Then we come back. 2014, you were on deferred adjudication out of the 227 District Court for repeated violation court order of bond condition. So I'm sure they gave you classes for that. If you had any PTSD or something else that was going on in your life, they gave you help for that because it shows that you were on deferred adjudication for that.
Yes, ma'am. I attended, my mom took me once I was out. She took me to the classes once a week. It was through a church.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it was for like, I don't know, it was 30 minutes or an hour session. And it was only for like 6 weeks,
Okay.
6 to 8 weeks, ma'am.
And then we have from 2022, an assault family choking strangulation that was dismissed. It says complainant waived prosecution. And now we're back here for repeated violation of court order, bond, or conditions. And I'm trying, and the reason,
Just like I told you, the PTSD issues, the detachment from my family that through the years when I was growing up. And then I don't have a closeness to my brother and sister since my mom and dad passed away. My kids, they hardly contact me. I try to reach out to them, but they never contact me at all. You know?
why are they not contacting you?
I don't understand. I don't know, ma'am. They blame me for not being there with them growing up, but I was a good provider, and I had 2 jobs in my life that I was trying to balance. And then my ex-wife wouldn't let me have the kids on the scheduled weekends I was supposed to have them. So I would call her Wednesday, let her know, hey, I'm going to pick up the kids. No, you didn't let me know way ahead of time. But I was paying my child support, faithfully. But she would give me a hard time not letting me have the kids on the weekend. They blame me that I wasn't there all the time.
All right, and then it says in the PSI report that you and your brother live on the same property.
Yes, ma'am. There's 7 acres and he lives in the family house,
Okay,
but he's not going to be there too much longer. He's going to go to Castroville.
okay,
But he does, we're not that close,
okay,
honestly.
okay. All right, defense, is there any other questions?
No further questions, Your Honor.
State?
No questions from the state.
All right, any further witnesses or anything else for the court to review?
No further witnesses, just a brief argument, Your Honor, opposing.
Yes. You may, state.
Your Honor, at this point, we feel
Probation. He has shown that for close to 1 year, since May 5th, 2023, since he was released from the Bexar County Jail, there have not been any violations for pretrial. He has had 2 travel permits. He did not deviate from any travel. There's no GPS violation. He doesn't have a prior felony conviction. He's actively engaged with treatments. He has counselor sessions that he's been doing currently, and he has one in about 2 weeks from now. He admitted that he acknowledged guilt. The interview room with the detective was starkly similar to your questions of him. And he literally put his face into the concrete wall and he cried. He does not want to go to prison. He's former military, former VCSO. He is asking for you to grant community supervision, whether that's deferred or straight probation, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Escarina, I want you to know that
At this point, the judge isn't just asking legal questions anymore. She's trying to understand what she calls the disconnect. Why would someone keep reaching out, even when a judge has already ordered them not to? The defendant describes loneliness, family distance, and feeling abandoned. But the court has also uncovered something troubling. Multiple past incidents involving other partners. That's when the case stops looking like a single emotional mistake and starts looking like a repeating pattern of behavior.
like the offense that you've committed. Think about protecting all persons who are involved. These are all things that I think about. And this is not the first time that you've had this charge, and I don't know what I can say to you or stress to you that would make you follow rules.
And in the end, the judge makes her decision 0.3 years in prison. Notice something important, though. The prosecution actually asked for 4 years, and the judge went below that. She even explains why. She respected his military service, and she acknowledged that he's trying to get mental health treatment. But ultimately, the court had to prioritize the safety of the victim and the pattern of ignoring court orders. And that's the lesson at the center of this case. And no matter your background, your struggles, or your intentions, when a court issues a protective order, breaking it repeatedly will almost always lead to serious consequences.
Treatment at the prison. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. We can go off the record. The state was asking for 4 years. I gave you 3. And let me explain to you why I went underneath the cap. Because I do respect your military service and I do respect the fact that you have been in treatment and trying to get your life together. All right, good luck to you.